It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Bills and the Titans, next on Madden Football.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan ball club entering play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, the beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5", that's Josh Allen.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
A former Volunteer back in Tennessee, it's Alvin Kamara. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
This 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he'll get it inside the 35. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 11 carries, 60 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Levis on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will call the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone, because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Here's 2nd and 3. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Cedric Wilson, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Titans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So really a nice drive there for the first points of the game.
And how about the fact that there's a run by the wide receiver that got him into the end zone, Brandon? You know, these guys, we know they're not afraid to open up the playbook, and they showed it to us right there on the first drive.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Allen off the play fake. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0. That's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Allen will try again on second down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Oh, that's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. When you look at this Buffalo defense, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game.
Did.
Right? I mean, I had a clipper going out for a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw, it's Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This defense for the Bills, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Sliding out of the pocket. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 32 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run.
There he goes, left side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The handoff, running left, Henry. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You look at this Buffalo defense.
It's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw caught here by Metcalf. The first catch of the ball game there for Metcalf, and a first down to boot.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Buffalo.
Into space at the 45.
And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he fends him off. Flushed. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Henry up the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Levis now off of play action.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Running from the gun with Henry.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 47-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And some strong running. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Levis back to throw.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Allen now on first down. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And again, it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodge 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They run. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Alvin Kamara on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense set to go again. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Levis now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Dancing to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Anthony Richardson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Najee Harris, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium, see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Isaiah Hodgins, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. We just watched a solid first half from the veteran running back, Alvin Kamara. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half, and for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Levis looking to throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Working from the gun, here's Levis.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Levis. That is caught.
He will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Play action now. Levis.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Chase Young, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Kamara. 129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
First down, Bills.
Let's go, let's go.
To throw, it's Allen. Shakes off the sack. He'll find Metcalf. Oh, look at the juke. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Allen's throw taken in by Watkins here.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
First down, Bills.
Diggs with a good footwork. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. This is fielded at the 27.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. Allen again here on 2nd and 10.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's complete to Diggs. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Bills send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock.
Touchdown! Dawson Knox, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
With the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. Fighting to stay upright, eluding the pressure right. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen, 30 yards. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. It only took them 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On first down, Levis. Open man is Uzama. And wrangled down quickly just past the 40 at the 41. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Levis out of the shotgun now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Connecting with Burton here over the middle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll throw it again with Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out. Sean McDermott will throw out the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call.
The ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
163 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Allen now looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. 1st and 10. Here's Levis.
Take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Levis from the gun.
And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Oh, nice move.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here are the Bills to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. but really this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I noticed you used the word sparked.
Under pressure, they got him again. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Allen's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
181 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it culminates in a Julio Jones touchdown.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Levis. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills offense back out onto the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Flushed out right. Shoves him aside, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Forced out to his left. Pushing through the contact. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. On play action, Allen going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Buffalo, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.